thing that is standing between us and socialism is President Trump.
My name is Evan Curtis. I live in Pembroke, Maine. 15 years old. This, I believe, is one of the most important elections ever. So I would be voting for Trump this year.
As Republicans here in Pembroke, when we discuss this, we look for people who are close to those principles of constitutionality and the principles that God gave for us to live by.
We need to get our Constitution back in line, and we need to start following it.
We have got to vote to prevent socialism from taking over.
Why should we vote Republican? Well, first of all is our freedom.
Amen.
And second of all, our Second Amendment is on the line.
This is Mary Ann Moore, and I am running for re-election as a senator of District 6, which is all of Washington County, as well as Goldsboro, Winter Harbor, and Sullivan out of Hancock County as well. Today we're here in beautiful downtown Pembroke in the Triangle, and what our goal is to really, anybody, for support, anybody who would like to stop by and pick up signs. We've got all kinds of campaign signs. Mike Lawson, who is also running for District 140, has recently arrived, so he's here. We've got some of his signs as well. We are all sitting here talking about how important it is that Washington County votes Republican to protect our Second Amendment, to protect our freedom, and it's important. It's very, very important that we keep America great.
My name is Denny. I live in Machias. If we don't vote President Trump, our Second Amendment is going to be gone. And the only thing that is standing between us and socialism is President Trump. And we need to vote Susan Collins as well.
Absolutely. We need
Absolutely.
To keep her. And with her seniority, she's in line to become the chair of the Appropriations Committee, which will be to our advantage in Washington County, in Maine, period.
Absolutely.
And it's so important that we keep her in the Senate. We've got to remain our majority.
Yes.
That's so for sure.
Sarah Gideon is not from Maine.
I believe we should vote Republican
we were all
because they
talking
are
about your signs.
the closest
That week has been
candidates
holy.
to upholding the Constitution of the United States, which is our founding document, which our founders very wisely created based on the principles that God gave them for what a foundation of a great nation would be. America is the greatest nation that's ever existed in the history of mankind, and that's because of the basis that we started on. And so I always look for, and we, as Republicans here in Pembroke, when we discuss this, we look for people who are close to those principles of constitutionality and the principles that God gave for us to live by.
I'm Michael Lawson. I'm running for State House 140, and I believe it's important to vote Republican so that we can get our republic back. We need to get our Constitution back in line, and we need to start following it. We are falling away from that with all the riots and all the burnings and all the stuff that's going on in the streets in other big cities and other states. We're blessed not to have that here in Maine. We have it good out here. We have good law enforcement for the most part, and I've talked with the sheriff, and he agrees that there's some other things that need to be done, but we are on track out here in Maine. My goal is to help everybody create businesses, get the health care that we need at a reasonable rate, and overall just represent everybody and not just one demographic. My business is Wicked Green Farm. We hydroponically grow lettuce, tomatoes, peppers in greenhouses. We're out behind C&E Feeds right now. My wife has a accounting firm called Big Dog Ledger Management where she does payroll and taxes and just general accounting for businesses in the area. Tragically, someone died that owned Package Depot. Bruce died, and we bought that business from his wife Faith. So we'd like to give our condolences to Faith and let her know that her husband's businose is still going in the package industry for the Canadians that use the .coms instead of the .cas to buy things. So those are three businesses that we have, and with the economic downturn with COVID, we've lost about 65% of our revenues from those businesses. So it's tough. And we just need to get the help to the businesses to keep the people working, keep the people employed, so that the drug overdoses and all the other depressions that go with not being able to make your rent payments don't turn into another, more suicides than what we've had in the past, because that's a tragic thing. So I mean, everything is tied to businesses and keeping people working, and that's what we need to do.
Hey, I'm Arthur Carter. I live in Charlotte, Maine, and I've lived here since 1994. I retired from the military and a civil service job then, and we moved back here to be with my many cousins and parents that were living. My mother was from Robinson, my father was from Pembroke. And when I arrived here, we went to the first Republican meeting, and there was one person there, and then my wife and I made it 3. And that was the total Washington County Republican Party. So since then, we've built up. And right now you're saying, well, why should we vote Republican? Do you know what a socialist is? That is what we now have as an opponent to the conservative movement. The socialists want to change this country. We had a previous president, and he lied to us. We've got to do something to prevent the socialists from taking over. You heard that they want to pack the court. Why do they want to pack the court? If we have 6 votes, they need 6. So that's 12. Well, 12 isn't enough. They want 13 on the judiciary so that they can pack the court and turn us into a socialist country. We have got to vote to prevent socialism from taking over. Thank you.
Well, the other thing, and this is one of the things I feel too, is that we need to help our municipalities so that they can pay them so that we can keep our law enforcement. That's the problem we have in the smaller towns, is that who do have police force, they don't have the funding to be able to keep them, and they go to the state police, or they'll go to, the county or wherever it might be. Yeah, exactly.